Githunguri Member of Parliament, former radio presenter Gathoni Wamuchomba, has confronted William Ruto with a bold question, asking President William Ruto, why is it right to launch affordable housing projects that were started by the fourth President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta, yet the one man, one shilling, one vote, which was also initiated by Uhuru Kenyatta, is treated as a bizarre sacred thing that should not be touched? Or in simple terms, why is it that she is being gagged and ordered to keep quiet and stop the push for the one man, one shilling, one vote, in pretense that it was Uhuru Kenyatta's idea? But yet, William Ruto is really talking about finishing Uhuru Kenyatta's projects, yet this one was one of them. Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your support, and for those who are subscribed, those who have not subscribed, kindly subscribe to this channel. The subscription button is just below this video there. Then you also click the notification bell so that when we publish our videos, you will always be notified. Gathoni Wamuchomba recently convened a meeting with Mount Kenya caucus in Thika to deliberate on the fate of one man, one shilling, one vote. And I understand this meeting also initially had the blessings of their patron, who is Rigathi. And after that, she came out and wrote a letter to the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Masika Wetangula. And in this letter, she proposed, it was a proposal on how that should be addressed. Now, it has the mind that letter has never been processed, and the process of it being processed into a bill as per the law is required, allegedly has stalled, while a team from State House has been pushing the Member of Parliament to drop that push and never even to make comment about it, because these members of Parliament that are pushing for this are actually being told that that was Uhuru Kenyatta's idea. Some of the vocal members of Parliament that have been speaking about this is George Kimbiri, the Juja Member of Parliament, Thika Town Member of Parliament Alice Nganga, Githunguri, Gathoni Wamuchomba, a host of other politicians from Murang'a and Nyeri counties, including majorly also this from Kiambu, the Kiambu Gatundu North Member of Parliament, also has been so vocal about this issue. But in an exclusive interview, Gathoni Wamuchomba is spilling the beans, and in a tone that, according to me, looks like a woman that has been pressed to the wall.
I want to talk to them because if you don't believe in one man, one shilling, one vote, which was on a proposal within BBI, then you should not even believe in the housing, because low housing was a mantra that was led by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. If you are going on with affordable housing, then you are also working on what Uhuru Kenyatta left. If you're finishing unfinished projects like Mau Mau project, they were Uhuru Kenyatta's flagship projects. If you're finishing them, then it means you believe in what Uhuru Kenyatta proposed. If you're working on universal health care and you want to put more budget and finish and accomplish and achieve, then you're also taking over Uhuru Kenyatta's mantras. So you can't come and put me in the cage and tell me, Gathoni, stop talking about one man, one shilling, one vote, because this was Uhuru Kenyatta's. If we achieve this one man, one shilling, one vote share, is it Uhuru Kenyatta who is going to benefit, or it is our people from the Mount Kenya region? We need to sober up. And I don't want to be gagged. I do not want to be told that I belong to this political party and the party is not saying this, because I went to my people and I convinced them that Kenya Kwanza government is a good government. It's going to be good government, and it is government of the people. And when I go to Parliament to do what I'm supposed to do, I have actually proposed a law. That is my mandate as a member of parliament. I have gone to parliament to do what I'm supposed to do. And I have written to the speaker. And the speaker has my letter. And there are many others who have also proposed other formulas. Let all the formulas be put on the table. Let us have a national dialogue. And let us agree on the way forward.
That legislator, I really support that legislator. And remember, she's not just a lightweight. She's one of the MPs that was at the center of that public spat between Rigathi Gachagua and Sakaja, the removal of matatus from the CBD. Who is this opposing? And when you listen to what she's saying there, she's asking, why am I being gagged from pursuing this when it is for the interest of our people? That's the question she's asking, that if this is going to be achieved, is it going to help Uhuru Kenyatta or just the people of the mountain? That's the question he's asking. The second question is this: even though I should not be told that this is against UDA's political ideology, because there is, according to me, really, if you check the plan, there's nowhere on the affordable housing. It was never beat. It was never their plan. In fact, they had a different plan they had a different plan compared to what Uhuru was doing. Now, they've picked quite a number of things that Uhuru was doing, but this one they don't want to speak about. Secondly, Gadoni is asking, why am I lacking? Why am I losing my independence or my role as a member of parliament to represent the interest of our people because of party ideologies? I should not be told about this is against the position of the party. Who is opposing? Who is opposing? I want to repeat, and I've always said here, that the Kenya Kwanza administration really will survive or can only achieve 10% of that plan if it is pushed to the wall. And to be specific, to the Mount Kenya people, continued activism against Uhuru Kenyatta that is being mastered, or rather that is being perpetuated by the current crop of leadership is not going to help you. Because I don't believe and I don't think for the son of Guinea, he still has a political space to come here and vie. No. So he's in the back room. But the current crop of leadership, according to me, must outgrow that anger. And, in politics, betrayal is, if they were betrayed, then betrayal is a currency. It's not you. Even them, they will be betrayed the way they betrayed Uhuru Kenyatta. And so, you will lose a lot in the altar of Uhuru Kenyatta started this. You must dismantle the altar of Uhuru Kenyatta. According to some corridor talks, Ruto is almost planting his tribesmen in nearly all the government ministries. And those whispers are in the corridors. So was that part of any idea? Is that part of what you're advocating for? And I want to say, instead of these members of parliament, the ones that have equipped their lips and the guns on attacking Raila Odinga, it's not about, I don't think that's clearly the point. Instead of attacking Raila, Mandamano, this and that, why don't you bring your ideas on board? In fact, this is where you should show the unity. The Tundu North Member of Parliament recently spoke about the question, suffering, and saying that the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote is not just about the equitable share in terms of what goes to the counties. It even affects the wings to fly. It affects the other thing. So this ideology, it's an ideology that does not go only to counties. I know it has been simplified to counties, but it is the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote applies the same as that of the of the 2/3 gender rule. If the 2/3 gender rule is goes successful in the National Assembly, we shall start talking about it in the cabinet, in other government offices, and even in the private sector, where it will be adopted. So if the 1 man 1 shilling 1 vote goes through, it's not only on the counties, but on the other things. And that's why I want you to listen to what the Gatundu North MP was saying.
Na kwa sababu gani? Pesa ni kidogo, watoto ni wengi. Na ndio sasa kama wabunge, kuna constituencies ambazo wako na pesa mingi, wanapeleka watoto mpaka ma universities na pesa ya basari. Sisi kama wabunge tumesema, hii bunge ya 13 na tulikuwa Mombasa kama viongozi, na tukasema katika order paper ambayo inakuja, tutaweka 1 man 1 shilling ili pesa ya basari isiwe inapatianwa kwa sababu ya kulingana na constituency, iwe inapatianwa kulingana na idadi ya watu ambao wako kwa kila constituency, ili pia watu wote watosheleshwe na tuwe na level moja ya masomo, na pia tushikilie watoto wetu wengi pia wao waweze kusoma kale wale wengine zile
that this issue is not about Uhuru. Uhuru was solving it by proposing in the BBI the additional constituencies and the increased funding. In fact, his formula was to be based on the population. A county like Narok is getting more funding because of its geographical area. But if you look at the population, someone argued that you can't go and give money, put money because of land. You can't. The money should not be given proportionality beyond land, even though I know that formula is very complex amongst other issues. But then it was simplified to mean that where there is a high densely populated, surely really get a lot of money, because that money is going to people, that money is not going to trees. Now, Ruto clearly is exploiting Rigathi Gachagwa's anger to oppose this plan. The weakness, the weak point that President William Ruto is exposing and is exploiting is the weakness of Rigathi Gachagua by believing that everything that Uhuru Kenyatta did was not good, or everything that Uhuru Kenyatta did is wrong. So that has starved the Mount Kenya people of great ideas. This indeed, speaking about it, it was a good idea. It was a great idea. It is not about, and you know, many people have always misconstructed it. It's just that Mount Kenya is benefiting more, but it's benefiting even other counties that are receiving less, but they're more populated compared to others. Even though it also had its own disadvantages because some counties are also losing. This issue, why would you allow yourself, and for the members of parliament that are very busy here with very petty politics of removing Uhuru Kenyatta as the Jubilee Party leader, I don't even think that's it. That should be the priority. For the avoidance of doubt here, this is where you should show solidarity. But Ruto has called Rigathi and simply telling Rigathi that one we can't accept. And you know, Rigathi has a rope on his neck. I want to be loyal to William Ruto, number one, to be picked as the running mate in 2027 so that I don't lose that position. Number two, under the shadow of William Ruto, I want to be. Under the shadow of William Ruto, I'll be the kingpin, and probably I want to be in the presidential, the Ruto succession presidential bid. So it's that, but that cannot put a yoke under people's neck that we cannot have a reasoning. I want to show you 4 reasons. 4 reasons why William Ruto is refusing the 1 man 1 shilling now. I'm very specific now. If he is going to get second term, I can tell you, he will pick it at them. But now, he's not going to accept it. The red flag in that 1 man 1 shilling 1 vote is because for it to be actualized, it would actually read it's a route to referendum, or when it is actually processed into a bill, it will really need the referendum, and to bring the vote mobilization is what he's trying to avoid. You know, I've told you this. No president would want a referendum mid his first term. And if you can talk to those who worked around former President Mwai Kibaki, you'll be told that the fall of Mwai Kibaki started from that 2005 referendum. Even now, if we go to referendum with a no or yes and the administration, the government most likely loses. Yes, that's normally it. For example, as things are now, William Ruto has, not terribly, but in terms of failure, I think 40% is at failure. So if there is something that is going to be like a referendum, and there is a government side and there is an opposition side, government most likely will lose. And that's one of the reasons I can tell you the activism against mass BBI was about the government versus the people. So that is what he doesn't want, because if that happens, Raila can then mobilize a team, and then that will be the rise of Azimio to the 2027 general election. Now, let it not be lost to you Kenyans that the President William Ruto is not a believer of devolution. He is not. And if you think that is just a street talk, then talk to the governors. Since January, the money that is going to the counties has been a tall order. It has not been disbursed, and in fact, devolution was reduced under William Ruto, under Uhuru Kenyatta. It was a ministry. It was reduced from a ministry to a state department under the office of the deputy president and just given a directorate. And it ended there. So it has not been given that attention that it deserves. That is why I don't believe you will be so much to entertain. In fact, it will be an overstatement. But from really what the observations you make, if Kenyans don't fight for devolution, then William Ruto will kill it. It will be killed. It will suffer natural death. The other thing why he would not want here is this. The son of Sugoi, William Ruto, wants the presidential pedestrian gifts, the promise, so that he can take capital credit. In fact, this is the word. He wants to centralize power in the national government so that for the areas, or rather for the regions to benefit, for regions to benefit, you must go and kneel. It's the Moi era thing. You must politically align with him, or rather with the ruling party, so that you can benefit. That is it. You'll see, you actually wonder why there's some functions that are devolved. But when the President Ruto will go to areas, he will then start dishing out developments, just like pocket change and giving promises. 1 airport, 2 airports there, 2 schools there, 2 factories here and there. So that is what he would want. He would not want this fund to go down. He would want actually the fund to be in the national government. When it is centralized, and I know that's what we might have also shared with the deputy Rigathi that watatusipeleke pesa chini. Let's have the money here. So it's upon you to be with us. If you're not with us, then you cannot get development. With that, you can easily control the political space. Then lastly, Mount Kenya is not in his playbook entirely in 2027. And the William Ruto I'm seeing is a man who wants to play the national unity card, the card that Jubilee 2 played in 2017. Now, this national unity card cannot thrive in 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote, because the 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote is an entirely beneficial to the mountain. And the truth of the matter here is there are some counties that are also likely to suffer, especially the northeastern counties and the semi-arid and arid, the counties like the Narok, the Samburu, counties like the Wajir, the Moyale, the Marsabit. They are counties that are likely to suffer. And again, it's also likely to face backlash. You never know if this goes on and people say we want 1 man, 1 shilling, 1 vote, and both of them agree with Azimio, but Raila says for it to be actualized, let's put it to a referendum so that it's something that is constitutionalized, not something like a political token. What Ruto would want it to be managed is to make it some crafty way, in a manner that it doesn't go to referendum, but it can be said that I, William Ruto, made this a reality. If there is some amendments here and an order to be given so that some counties are given more, and if a president will have order to say that this county to be given more than that, or rather form a presidential working force on devolution and come up with that, that's the kind of approach that Ruto will want. But this one that Kenyans decide and have a stake on is not on the table. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. If it is to be actualized, is it Uhuru Kenyatta to benefit or the people of Kenya? It's a question that needs sober mind to think and reason about.